how to solve binary number, we're going to look at 3 ways in which you can solve binary number. And if you are taking any examination, be it BESE, be it WAEC, be it NECO, GCEs, you'll be able to find this video class interesting. So we have convert from one base to another. We're going to look at how to convert from one base to another, how to convert from other bases to base 10, and then we'll look at how to convert from base 10 to other bases. I think these three points can really help you see how to solve binary numbers. And then we'll look at fractional decimal, but then that will be in another class. Now we're going to look at how to convert from one base to another. How do I convert from one base to another? We're going to look at this with just one example. And what is the example? If you're asked to convert 413.7, remember the base is always written in figures and not in numbers, and then you're asked to convert this to a number in base 5. Now what do you do? Now to convert this to a number in base 5, all we need to do is to first convert it to base 10. Remember, base 10 is the universal or internationally accepted way of converting numbers, of transacting with numbers. So we'll convert it first in base 10 so that we can now convert from our base 10 to base 5. So how do we do this? We'll have 413 base 7. We want to convert into base what? Base 10. Now we have 2 methods of converting to base 10. We either use the power expansion method or we use the successive multiplication method. I bet if you know these 2 methods, it's going to help you solve these questions very easy. And then you can choose out of these 2 methods which is easier for you. First, I'm going to show you the first one, the power expansion method. That's where we use the place values of the numbers that are given to us. Now if I want to expand this and find this to base 10, I'm going to have my 413 to be equal to, I will have my 4 multiplied by 7, right, plus 1 multiplied by 7 plus 3 multiplied by 7. And all of these 7 will be in their various place what? In their various place values. Good. Now when you have that, you can easily multiply. 4 multiplied by 7 square is going to give us 49, right? Plus 1 multiplied by 7 plus 3 multiplied by, anything raised to power 0 is 1. So if we have 4 times 7 is going to 4 times 49 is going to give me 196, right? So if it gives me 196, I'll add it to 7 and I'll add it to what? To 3. And what will this give me? 197. 7 plus 3 is going to give me 10, and the total of this is going to give me 206 in base what? In base 10. Now this is how we use the power expansion method. Now for the other method, we might want to look at solving it using what we call the successive multiplication method, and I bet that method is a bit easier. Now why do I call it a successive multiplication method? Now I have my 4, right? This is representing 4. I'll multiply it by 7, and that will give me what? 4 times 7 is going to give me 28. Right? If 4 times 7 gives me 28, I'm going to add it to the next number. What is the next number? The next number is 1. So I'll add it to 1, and that will give me what? 29. That 29, I'm going to multiply it by 7. 29 multiplying 7 is going to give me what? 29 multiplying 7, 9 times 7, this is going to give me 203, right? 203, because 9 times 2 is 18. 18 plus 7 is going to give me 23, right? I'll write 3. 7 times 3 is 14. 14 9 times 3, 29 times 7 is going to give me 203, right? If that gives me 203, I'm going to add it to what? To the next number, which is what? Which is 3, and that will give me what? 2 equal to 206. So you see, it gives me the same thing with this. So that means I've done the 413 of base 7. I've finally converted it to what? To base 10. So you see, any of these steps you want to take, you can find it very easy to convert. So remember, this method 1 and this method 2. Now we have finally gotten this to become what? 206 in base what? In base 10. So our main aim now is to convert from base 7 to base 10. And to convert from base 7 to base 10, we are going to base 10 to base 5. We are going to use the multiple division method. We are converting the result base 10, we are converting it to base 5, which is the required base we are asked to look for, right? So 20 divided by 5 is going to give us 4, right? If we divide this again, 20 divided by 6, 6 divided by 5 is going to give us what? 1, and that will be remainder what? 1. This is how we go about that. Now we have 40. 40 divided by 5. 40 divided by 5 will give us 8, because 8 times 5 is 40. So that will give us 8. And remember, 8 times 5 is 40. And we have 41. So 41 minus 40 is going to give us what? 1 remainder. So we'll go again. 8 divided by 5 is going to give us just 1. Give us 1. 1 remainder what? 1 remainder what? Remainder 3. Because 5 times 1 is 5, and 8 minus 5 is 3. So 5 can still go. 1 divided by 5, you know, is not possible, so we'll write a 0, right? And then it will remain what? It will remain 1. So what we do is to count this from the below to the top, and when we count that from below to the top, so we're going to have 206 in base 10 to be equal to 1311, right? 1311 in base what? In base 5. That is this base given to us. So with that we have finally succeeded in converting 206 in base 10 to 1311 to base 5. So finally we can say 413 in base 7 is equal to 1311 in base what? In base 5. And this is the solution to that question given to us. So you see, it's very easy. So if you are asked to convert from one base to another, all you simply need to do is to convert the first base to base 10 using any of these two methods, and then you convert the base 10 to the required base using successive division method. Now this is for that. Now let's look at another way how we can convert from one base to base 10. These are one of those aspects you'll be taught in school, but before then you should have mastered up this with various other questions you will be required to solve in this in binary number. Now let's look at how you can convert that. If we check the second sample, the second example, we're going to look at how you convert from one base to base what? To base 10. So we'll take this as converting from one base to what? To base 10. So if you are given a number in another base and you are asked to convert that number to base 10, what are you going to do? Now, what we do is to simply convert such numbers straight to base 10, because base 10 is the required base for any multiplication. Remember, when we convert that number 2010 base 10 to base 5, we used multiply division. Then if we are asked to convert from one base to base 10, then we can use two methods. One method is the power expansion method I told you earlier on, and the other method is the successive multiplication method, and we use those two methods. So let's look at how we can use that method in solving this question. We are asked to convert this. What do we call this? We are asked to convert. If we are asked to convert 101, right? 101. Let me use 110, 110, then 101 in base 2. We're asked to convert it to what? To base 10. So we have 110, 101 in base 2. We are asked to convert it to base 10. Now, if you are asked to convert this to base 10, what do we do? Now, let's use the first method. In the first method, we are simply going to learn how to convert it using the power expansion method. So I will have my required knowing their place what value. So the first one, I'll have my 1 multiplied by 2 plus my 1 multiplied by 2 plus my 0 multiplied by 2 plus my 1 multiplied by 2 plus my 0 multiplied by 2 plus my 1 multiplied by what? By 2. Now I'm going to fix all these in their various place value. This one is for the unit. The unit. This is tens. This is hundreds. This is thousand, and this is tens of thousand, and this is what? Hundreds of what? Of thousands. Good. Now, having placed them all in their various place value, all I need to do is to expand them, simplify them, right? Now, if we simplify them, we are going to have various values for them. 2 to the power of 0 is going to give me 1 multiplied by 1. 2 to the power of 1 is going to give me 0 multiplied by 2, plus 2 to the power of 2 is going to give me plus 4 multiplied by 1, plus 2 to the power of 3, 2 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 multiplied by 0, plus 2 to the power of 4 is going to give us what? 16 multiplied by 1, and then 2 to the power of 5 is going to give me plus 1 multiplied by 30 what? 32. So from this solution, I'm going to have my 32 plus 1 times 16 is going to give me 16, 0 times 8 is going to give me plus 0, plus 1 times 4 is going to give me 4, plus this is going to give me 0, plus this is going to give me 1. So what do we do? 16 plus 4 is going to give me what? 20, plus 1 is 21, then 21 plus 32 is going to give me what? 53. Right? That will give me 53 in base what? In base 10. And that will give me the solution of these in base what? In base 10. Now let's look at this other solution. Let's look at these other steps. If we look at these other steps which involve the power expansion method, how do we solve that? Now in the successive multiplication method, all you just need to do is to keep multiplying by and adding multiplying. That's why we call it the successive multiplication method. First, I'm going to start with the first number given to me, 1. Right? 1 1, I'm going to multiply it by 2, and that will give me what? 2. Then I'll add it to the next one, which is 1, and that will give me what? That will give me 3. That 3, I'll multiply it by 2, right? That's why we call it successive multiplication, and that will give me what? 6. Then I'll add it to the next number, which is what? 0, right? 6 plus 0 is going to give me 6. I'll multiply 6 by 2, and that will give me what? 12. Then I'll add it to the next number, which is what? Which is 1. 12 plus 1 is going to give me what? 13, right? Good. That 13, I'm going to multiply it by 2, and that will give me what? That will give me 20 what? 26. That 26, I'll add it to the next number, which is 0, and that will give me what? That will give me 26. So I'll come take it back over here, and then I'll have my 26 multiplied by 2, and that will give me what? 6 times 2 is 12. You carry 1. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, 5. So that will give us 52, right? The 52, I'll add it to what? To the last one, and that will be equal to 50 what? 53 in base what? In base 10. Now do you see that I have 1 1 0 1 0 what? 1 from that successive multiplication. So if I don't use this method, I can equally use what? This method in solving. Whichever works fast for you, you can use. For me, I've been trying this method and it works very fast. Once you start plugging in and multiplying, adding, multiplying, adding, before you know, your answer will just come out. So any of these two methods you feel you can easily use, then you use them, and then you get your solution. Very, very easy. Now let's look at another question. Another example. We can be asked to convert from 1 base to base 10. Now if I'm asked to convert this value, let's say this value in base 5, I'll be asked to convert it to base 10. Now how do I convert it to base 10? I'm asked to convert this value. What is the value? Now if we look at this value, we'll be asked to convert this value to base 10. And how do we convert such value to base 10? Let's look at, we are given 1 3 4 in base 5, and we are asked to convert it to base 10. Now remember, I told you we have two methods we can use in converting this to base what? To base 10. Very easy. Now we can use the first method. Remember, the first method is by placing them in their various place value in 5s, and that will give us what? 1 times 5 plus 3 times 5 plus 4 times what? Times 5. And this is units, this is tens, and this is what? This is what? 100. So if I multiply this, 5 square is going to give me 1 multiplied by 25, plus 3 times 5 is going to give me 15, plus 4 times 1 to the power of 0 is 5 to the power of 0 is 1, and that will give me what? 4, right? If I add this, and this will give me what? 25 plus 15 times this will give me 15, right? Plus 4. So this is going to give me 25 plus 4 is going to give me 29. 29 plus 15 is going to give me, this is going to give me 14, right? That will take 1. 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 1, that will give me 4. And the solution to this is going to give me 44 in base what? In base 10. So you see, very easy. Now what if I want to use the other method? If I want to use the other method, then I'll also find it very easy. What I need to do is to do my successive multiplication. I'll start with 1. 1 multiplied by, remember the base is 5. 1 multiplied by 5 will give me 5. I'll add the next one, which is what? 3. 5 plus 3 is going to give me 8. I'll multiply 8 by 5 and that will give me what? 40. Plus, right? The next one is what? 4. I'll add the 4 which is here. If I add the 4 which is here, and that will be equal to 44 in base what? In base 10. So you see 44 in base 10, and look at how I got that one so fast and easy. So whichever method you feel is okay for you. This is the power expansion method and this is the successive multiplication method. Which method you feel is fine by you and faster by you, you can use in converting numbers from one base to base 10. Now let's finally look at how we can convert from base 10 to other bases. We're going to look at how we can convert from base 10 to other bases. From base 10 to other bases. So we'll just look at just one example. If we are asked to convert 4, 3, 7, right? We have it as 4, 3, 7 in base 10. We are asked to convert it to, let's convert it to base 5. So what will you do? Remember, to convert from base 10 to other bases, we do what we call successive division method. We call it the successive division method. Successive division method, right? And that is the method we use in converting from base 10 to other bases. Remember, I told you base 10 is the universally accepted base. So what we need to do is to continue to multiply, continue to divide until and save the remainder until we get our divisions to become what? 0. And we'll divide by the number we are converting to, which is 5. Right? So we'll now divide. 43 divided by 5, remember, is going to give me what? 8. Because I can have 8 5s in 40, right? So 40 minus 43 minus 40 is going to give me a remainder of 3. So if I add it here, it's going to give me 37. 37 divided by 5 is going to give me 7, right? Because 7 times 5 is 35. So we'll have 7, and that will remember what? That will remain what? 35. 37 minus 35 will remain 2. Good. Now we'll go again with 5. 87 divided by 5 is going to give me 8 divided by 5 is going to give me 1, right? And there will remain 3. And so I'll put that 3 there. 37 divided by 5 is going to still give me what? 7. And 35, and that will be what? That will remain 2, right? Because 7 times 5 is 35. 37 minus 35 will give us 2. So we'll go again with 5. 17 divided by 5, we're going to have 3 5s, because 5 times 3 is 15. 17 minus 15 is going to give us what? 17 minus 15 is going to give us what? 2 remaining, right? Good. Now 3 divided by 5, you know it's not possible because we can't have 5 in 3, and that will give us 0, and the remainder will just give us 3. So if we count this from bottom to top, that means 4, 3, 7 in base 10 will be equal to 3, 2, 2, 2 in base what? In base 5. And that is the solution. So you see, When you are converting from base 10 to other bases, this seems very easy. All you need to do is just to go about doing your successive division, and your result will just do what? Your result will just appear. So if you follow this method, you can be able to solve question on binary number to a completion, and that is just it. This is the video class you need in order to solve binary number, to answer questions on binary number. If you find this video class interesting, don't forget to share it with friends. They will really want to learn from it. And remember to also subscribe to our channel for more simplified maths content. Thanks so much for watching.